Hello, that should work. I don't know why OBS forgot this microphone. There are so many audio capture things that are showing up on my mixer that just don't exist anymore. Like this isn't a thing anymore. Let's see. That one is a thing. This one isn't a thing. Okay. So now I think I'm here. I'm gonna pull up Darkest Dungeon and then switch over and make sure that everything is good there before we get underway. I finished a run over lunch and set myself up with a bunch of candles to use at the altar, which I'm excited about. And then we'll get to select some stuff to bring with us on this trip and see how that goes. I made it through 2 regions, but I hadn't beaten a lair boss, so I couldn't go to the mountain. So my goal today is see if we can, well, goal number 1 is try to beat a lair boss and make it to the inn afterward, because then we can replace or kind of get new characters in the place of any characters that died. And then, if that works, I want to try and go and fight the mountain. I don't know how that will go. My plan is to stream probably until about 4 something today. Why my mic was gone again, I could not tell you. No, that would be something if I was like running in the world while eating lunch. And getting run over would not be very fun. Okay. So now I think the things actually work.
Knowledge and experience.
Who knows why the microphones are weird.
Yardsticks of progress.
So we got 25 candles. And now we will start this new run.
A nebulous nightmare. An apocalypse that only we can oppose.
I was realizing today, or earlier today and yesterday, that there's regions of this game that I have not run into since the game went 1.0. More memories, recalling memories. Okay, this isn't anything.
Look to those who have known fear and failure.
Oh, flat. Run over lunchbox. Got it. That would definitely be something. Hellion. Indelible trinket, sturdiness. Yeah, let's take some haste for the jester. Royal summons. Alright, we got the bounty hunter. Do you unlock the skills here? Alright, I'm gonna unlock a little bit for the bounty hunter just in case. I don't understand the flagellant yet, so I'm just gonna hold off on that. Let's upgrade some of her stuff.
A little more strength.
Chaplain. Party defense. Sounds good to me. Jester. Runaway Hellion. Let's see. So, the characters that I take very often. Panini, a word even before it became a word for the pandemic. Indelible trinket. Okay, with 5 left, now I'm going to use these on getting some stuff. Distracting dust. Stagecoach item to equip. Ooh, whiskey. 1 in item. And let's have one more trinket. So we'll start with those items, is my understanding.
Sanctuary, as fleeting as a dying star.
Yeah, it's no good being the having the name that then gets turned into a name for a bad thing. Like, I have a friend who is around my age and whose name is Karen, and she's not a pop culture Karen. She's just a person whose name is Karen and hates that her name has become synonymous with terribleness in that way.
Commonalities between the mythos of ancient cultures was not a new area of study for either of us. But it was there that we first noticed
Syncretic mythology led to the apocalypse.
the crossroads.
Joseph Campbell has a great deal to answer for.
From what help may come.
Alright, so we have this new role for her, Chaplain. Rank flexible role focused on party defense. Gain the power-up on hit. That power-up enhances stun and move resist. Debuffs and token removal. Alright, so let's look at who has what quirks today. Obsessed with Death, Fears Fanatics, Braggart, negative relationship chance, but good chance to get stealth. Breacher. So Breacher here would be good if I wanted Dismas to be in the front row. However, a 15% chance of getting blinded at the start of every round is not great. So he would start in front with 2 block pluses, 2 strengths, and 2 taunts. Sharpshooter. So we wouldn't want to combine that with this Breacher. We want to go with Rogue because this improves ranged skills, not melee skills. Grape Shot Blast. I don't have Grape Shot Blast yet. So what's okay? You've got that same Thanatomena. Stress against Fanatics. If on fire, very bad times. Unerring, ranged skills plus 10% damage. You have ranged skills? Aesthetic. Not less positive, fewer positive relationships, but better resolute. 33% chance food has no benefit. Germophobic. Not great. If flame is low, bonus damage. That's not amazing. Better scouting in the sprawl. Selfish. Don't love that. Resolute chance is great. Nervous. So plus 5 meltdown chance and plus 20% resolute chance. That's a net plus 15, I guess. And a 10% chance to gain a stress at the start of a round. Fear of death and dying. That's not great. Better crit. Combat start versus creature is not too common. What are your moves again? So you do Blight. And you have all this, like, take stuff on yourself thing. Okay, your thing was Selfish. Selfish is not great. You are Fanatic Fearing. So let's put you here. I really don't love the yips for him. I love Breacher. I don't love the yips. Right. She can hit the back rank. He can do stress management. So let's do you and you. So you can do stress management with bolster. You can remove statuses and do healing. You can heal yourself and take aggro off of Barristan when you need to. You can attack the back ranks. Let's do this here and this. Let's see, bleed out, or if it bleeds... No, this needs to be bleed out because you're in the front. And you are going to be Ravager, yes, because you're in the front. You are going to be Crush, Riposte, Shield Attack. No, you're going to be a Sergeant. You're going to be Deadeye, because Venom Drop is... sacrifices rage damage for Blight and Mobility. Well, do I want that? Improves damage and crit of ranged skills at the expense of melee. And then you... your hit points plus healing given. I do want you to be a healer. Negative on blight, resistance, piercing, but we have another character that does blight. You do bleed. You don't do status, or you can do. You don't do bleed, burn, blight. Okay, but now let's get random names for all these people. Baxter. Bonneth. Snell. Phantoms. Wow, these names. Devereaux. I like Baxter for her. Bradford is good here. Okay. Set our skills the way we need them to be. Bolster, yes. Hold the line, no. Retribution. Let's take a bellow. This one is forward. I don't want that. You are good on your skills, and you are good. Okay. We're ready. Let's go see the world. The terrible, terrible world. It'd be very funny if I spent all this time setting up this run and then just get absolutely annihilated immediately. That would be very, very Darkest Dungeon.
You can feel it. A change in the air. You see, even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
Okay, only 2 zombies. That's great. Let's get an ounce of prevention here. It upgrades, or it gives a bonus to all of our status resist for bleed, blight, burn, and disease. I can do a yelp here and make both of these enemies gain weakness, so their attack is going to do less damage. And let's go take a hit. Darkest Dungeon is named for the humor, yes. Okay, some stress for him because of getting bitten by a zombie. Understandable. Let's kill you. There's a achievement. It doesn't say what the achievement is about, but so that was lower damage because of the winded condition, but 6 is still very good. You have 2 stress now, which I don't love.
Collaboration confers advantage.
And blight for you. Nope. You resist. But now I want to try to finish this enemy. There we go. So we might have to do a little bit with his stress when we get to the inn.
Let it die.
One of the things you can upgrade is kind of the amount of these resources that you get by the time you get to the first inn.
To the inn. Rest and resupply await you.
Rest and resupply do await me. So Bonneth is healing up. So yeah, look at all that we got, because we've been putting candles into the kind of meta progression upgrades. So,
Rest tonight.
whittling tools.
Unblinking gaze.
Okay, so first
Conventional fare,
get the Radiant Flame,
but fairly priced.
and this is food gear, luxury gear, medical gear. Okay. So first thing on the Wainwright, we have to put the flame in. The Radiant Flame, because I've done a number of runs and not succeeded, it's the Radiant Flame 4, so it gives the most bonuses. We get all of that stuff, which is wonderful. The game is still hard. So we're going to put in a pot and still, which has a, before each location, chance to produce whiskey items. Increases stacking for whiskey by 4 per stack. Whiskey items, I believe, whiskey flask. Okay, so but that it may not be the only whiskey item. Interesting. Let's see where we can go next. We can go the sprawl or the tangle.
Plan accordingly.
So lots of candles of hope. Complete this region with no stagecoach items equipped. Well, or we avoid the field hospital. And these are both candles. So plus 100% Oblivion Tears is bad. So let's do this one, and I'm just going to accept that I'm not getting the candles.
Resignation and death. This land is
So
truly
I'm
barren.
going to look at stagecoach items. So food, stagecoach. If food in inventory plus is more than 10, plus 10 resolute chance, increases stacking, plus traveling heal, chance to produce contraption items, food in inventory. All right, let's try this with the food barrels.
Bolt it on and be off.
And
The
so
mountain
then
will not
medical
be denied.
luxury item. You are food gear, food gear. These are both food gear. So you still give a plus relationship chance, and you get bonus on if luxury gear is equipped, but they don't have any of that. So we're going to go back to here. Make sure to put the pet in. Yes, good orphan wolf cub. And because we are going to the tangle, we want items that will give us bleed resist, which of course there aren't here. I could have kept that in mind. Let's take some food, because we know that if we have a bunch of food, we get that bonus. And bonuses on Death's Door. Okay, I'm going to take a couple of laudanum. Turn start 2 of those. But if blinded, plus 66% crit. So this would be pretty good on the leper, because when you upgrade his attack, some of his attacks, they ignore blinded. So that would be good. Healing given, but lower damage. That could be good for the Plague Doctor. Gain on turn. That's 30. Distracting dust. Apply on miss. See, I'm not in love with these. There's too much negative. So, Mastery Trainer.
Experience, however painful.
Let's do Iron Swan for to attack the back rank. Let's do Bolster for stress management. We'll do Poison Dart, because that's going to be her primary attack. We're going to do Ounce of Prevention and Blinding Gas, because Blinding Gas is going to give enemies combo, which we can then benefit from. You have 1 stress. This will remove 3. I don't know that that's worth it. And I'm going to give you these. I can, however, give people stale bread, which will increase their max hit points by 20% until the next inn. So let's give you that. And you've got 55 hit points, which is excellent. And then we're going to leave this in case we maybe get to that 10 for the better stacking. Let's go. They face the tangle. What if a forest was extra spooky?
War rewards only resignation.
Alright, so I'm not going to get this because I have stagecoach things. So let's keep an eye on what we have. So some scouting would be great. We know there's a creature den. We know there's a hero shrine up here. We don't need the oasis because this is the start of the region. So these two folks are going to be disappointed. I'm going to go to the watchtower and get scouting. So there's going to be a road fight here.
The worst kind of parasite. Opportunists.
So this jerk, I don't like. You light people on fire. You have terrible gun attacks when you're able to use them. You both have 15. You have a dodge. All right, we're going to go after the pillager. Ooh, look at that. Critical and blight. Skeleton woods. That does sound super creepy. Cool. Two-shotted that gun jerk. Now now this dog is going to protect the like huntsman type. And of course now she's on fire. So 2 status effects here mean that when it gets to Bradford's turn, we're going to get rid of those for her. You have a riposte. So I'm going to use Bellow. And it gets rid of both of those, and it debuffs everybody's, or these 3 enemies' speed. Ooh, look at all that. Yeah, that's so much. That's 10 damage a turn for 3 turns. So let's get rid of those status effects. Thank you.
At least has been tended to.
So I can hit that to get a stealth, but I don't really need it. So instead we're going to poison this jerk here in the front. And big smash, or big slash, with the halberd there. You are going to take 4 for 3 turns. It's a good chance that that kills you. But I'm going to defend the grave robber here to protect. And now we're going to use blinding gas to try to give you both combo, and that's very good. So that killed that one without having to spend another attack. You missed because I blinded you, and then you're just going to be a jerk. Hey, that didn't do bleed. That attack usually has a very high chance to do bleed. So I'll do this. This makes the protected kind of not so relevant. I guess you just started bleeding because of the thing that you have. Alright, plus 50% damage. And get you.
One less obstacle in our path.
Maine, the main character in so many Stephen King novels. It would make sense. So much bleeding. Alright, so that means that I want to end this fight as quickly as possible so that we're not taking that bleed damage. Alright, still going to take at least 1 hit. There we go. Save some bleed damage for them.
The past is gone.
We
Let it
get
die.
plus damage minus speed. We'll see who that might work for. Your speed is 6. That's probably good. critical for you would be pretty great. Let's go ahead and take that. If stand under because blind, if blinded, bonus to crit. Alright, we don't have many combat items. So we are going to get to the watchtower and do some scouting and see what happens from there. Oh, great. We got a bunch of laudanum. So we're going to give that to you. There's that terrifying cannon that I would want to not appear.
Look to the horizon and lament.
So, scouting, hospital, academic study. Alright, so we're going to go left here to the study because we don't need the hospital.
At least it should be.
Some of the quirks that we have are not awesome, but I would rather get the unique items from the academic study, and losing an armor to me is less bad than getting +1 loathing, especially right before a creature den. And then we can go to the hero shrine. Alright, so we get things and quirks or more quirks and quirks. Let's get things and quirks. You got Darkly Curious, which is not great, but not bad. Well, it can be bad. So you shared the story, Rudnell, and I want to read it in like creepy Goosebumps voice. Another was a blackened old stone basement, maybe 15 feet square. Nothing else, just the basement stones, still framing the house, still fire blackened, from what little we could find in our local folklore English class, and so on. Very fun, in a creepy way. Thank you for sharing. Let's do this to here.
Until it becomes an excuse for inaction.
Hey, we got a whiskey. We drink a whiskey drink. We have a vodka drink. The times that remind me of the worst times. Sing the songs that remind me of the even more terrifying times. Oh, Danny boy. So now we need to repair our armor, because we're down to 1 of 3.
Sharpen your blades, that we may properly excise our portion.
So the creature den fights tend to be pretty hard. Both of these folks want to run, but that would cost me some light. So we can go assistance encounter here, but then we don't get the hero shrine. The lair, well, the lair would be right before the boss fight. So that might be our best chance to do a lair and be able to survive. But we only have 1 region's worth of mastery upgrades. So I don't know about that. Alright, because we're streaming, we're going to go this way, and we're going to try the lair. So we are going to actually leave so that we don't get wrecked. And then we're going to go this way because it will take wheels, which we have, and it will let us potentially boost our flame before we fight the lair enemies and the Dreaming General again, who, if you remember, is a jerk. But we have several characters that can hit the back ranks, right? 3 of my 4 characters can attack the back rank. So leave, help and get items, help and get... I actually want like healing things.
In crisis,
Yeah.
no gain
Bleed
is
resist.
significant.
Okay. This is good because I can maybe try to use it on the lair boss. And
Keep
nope.
moving.
Hold on a minute, my guy. That's an in item. Okay. we've got all of that. Here we go. And there's nothing in between here and the resistance encounter. So this will get us a mastery if we do the fight. We are at 88 on the flame.
They had honor once. Now
We fight
they
them,
have
we fight them,
nothing
we
at
fight
all.
them. So these are all the same. A 3-foot-long rat without, then that doesn't include the tail. That is, in fact, terrifying. I would rather not. Alright, we're going to go for this arbalist because there's the chances of killing the bishop before the bishop gets to act are pretty low, even though they have this benediction which lets them use powerful skills. Because you're queued up to do those, I'm going to do blinding gas to try to give you blinded, yes, so that you have a 50% chance to miss, and dazed means your turn gets delayed. Remove riposte. Nobody has riposte. I'm going to defend her because she's being a loudmouth. And then we're going to... Yes! Killing that jerk before he can attack is a good time for me. Well, that was a stressful hit. So, the atrophic... Oh, he just brought the jerk back? I forgot that he has that thing. This makes me frustrated. Alright. Focus fire that jerk. Now it's plague grenades for everybody. And I can't Iron Swan the bishop, but I can Barbaric Yawp. Bleed out. Yes, let's Yawp. And I can hit you with a crush, though that damage was bad, because you're the tank build. I'm very glad that you missed the smite. That makes me happy. But now you're getting stressed even though you're in the back. Okay, let's hit you.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Hopefully you're gonna die from that, because that's a lot of blight damage. I'm gonna stand fast because bolster only works when a target has 5 plus stress, and I have, and Bradford has 4. All right, let's do this. Great. You getting staggered is also good. Now we Bloodlust, which removes that and gives us bonus here. You dying is lovely. Now we're gonna be grateful that that missed. You're dazed, so you attack. Your resist is very down. So I think the next thing for me to do is use Ounce of Prevention for these characters. Alright, I can do this to remove one of your stress, and then I can Dead of Night. It gives her health and stealths her, and it pulls this jerk 1 space closer. Now we're going to do Ounce of Prevention for status resist. And now Big Hack. And then you are also going to do a hit here. Not quite enough to kill. Serrated Bolt is one of the less terrifying hit attacks. Alright, so you're gonna... I need to heal you. Yeah, because he's much tougher. Bolster still not doing a thing. But we do have some blocks, so now go ahead and defend her. And then you... Why don't you... Alright, not a kill, but it does give you weakened. Heal her, please. Thank you. Bleed resist, thank you. Kill, thank you. Magic combined with chest but horizontal. Yeah, that's not a bad analysis. In the first game, there were like tons of percentages all over the place, right? 77% chance to hit. They've moved it to a much more consistent result system, right? But then these tokens become really important. Blinded token, you have a 50% chance to miss. Dodge token, attacks have a 50% chance to miss you. And then they get used when they're used. Or when they could activate and then do or don't. Blade grenade. Alright, I would rather blind you. But yeah, the more I have focused on using the tokens and combining them, the better I have done. Now, this is somewhat coterminous with getting the various upgrades, but I think it is absolutely helping. All right, I'm going to take this because it pulls you up to first rank, and again, gives a heal. And then he's got all these blocks. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. You cannot heal, so let's try to kill you. Great. I agree with the less randomization. I think it is more fun. Or the combat to me feels more like a puzzle that I am trying to solve when it's less randomized like this. Now, it's not no randomization, it's just less. Okay, can I finish them off? Great.
Straightforward.
So, a little bit of healing that these folks need to do before getting to... Alright, Price of Pride is great for my man-at-arms because he is not in the front. So, before we continue, it's time to give you one of that. And that, I think, is it, because you've got... So your speed is down to 4. You don't have anything, and you don't have anything. Okay. Well, this will be a tough fight. But first we have a road fight. So we're going to have a lot of fights. Now, depending on how we do in these first the first rounds of the lair fight, I might pull an audible and not try to fight the boss. Love to see these jerks miss, because these animals can do rabies, like give the rabies status, which is a disease type status. Everybody, people know it's a disease, but it's a different category of status. What's your blight resist? Your blight resist is pretty good, so you're actually gonna do avoidance tanking. And why don't you yawp? And then you're going to bellow, which removes the dodge and the counter. So now they all look at all that, all those positive tokens they don't have anymore. Everybody's blight resist. Your blight resist is better. Yours is worse for whatever reason. Let's do prevention for bleed and blight and whatever you can do. Because you just did a bleed attack. It does give combo on here, which makes him vulnerable. Right. Good job there. You've got 4 blight. We'll go ahead and use that up. So you're protecting again. I can't use bellow here, but I can protect the defender. And then she can keep dodging. Great. Why don't you... bleed? Oh, okay. Why don't you do Bloodlust to get your winded gone? Block plus reduces the damage there. And... you still have a dodge. So let's use Laudanum here. And 4 to 5, 3 to 6. Cool. You cannot riposte if you are dead. This is a nice thing to be able to consider. 13, 18. Yes, let's hit you. Plague Grenade. Dodge does not always work perfectly. Big hack on you. She'll be able to destroy this and get some health back. But everybody's taking damage. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a fan of RNG to the point of being able to break credulity, like the missile defense defeated by German spearmen, as you say. Okay, you are protected. Ready? Three more attacks. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to attack you. Let's see whether that makes a problem. Alright, we got 2 more people to attack. I think we can probably do it. Blight, just in case her hit doesn't kill you, but it did.
The past is gone. Let it die.
So, next is the lair. So we'll have lair on 1 loathing, which is not the worst. So we go into the General's Keep. 2 arbalists and 2 of these jerks, foot soldiers. Okay, blight for you is lovely. Bellow reduces speed. Let's go ahead and defend her because she's already more stressed. And let's blind these jerks. Excellent. Did not give combo, but did make them dazed, and now you're comboed. But everybody's gone, and now the enemy's good to go. Cannot gain block for 2 rounds is not great for him, because one of the things he does is gain block. So that was 5 enemy attacks in a row. Not a fan. Alright. Plus crit when target is comboed. Hey, perfect. Alright, so now there's no reason to attack this corpse back here. So why don't you Eop and give these enemies the debuff. That won't heal you. So let's do Ounce of Prevention for the status, for the AoE resist. You have 6 health left. Trying to make it so that you die when you take that next. Alright, gonna be needing to heal him. Good. Whatever that was, I am glad to have it. Let's remove her own stress. I don't really need to stealth, so let's go ahead and do that. Now we will heal here. Yeah, when achievements pop up in Darkest Dungeon, it doesn't tell me what they do, which I'm not a fan of. I like knowing why I just got an achievement. My guessing is that Dissector is kill X number of enemies using AoE attacks, because that was the type of thing that happened. But that is just a guess. Okay, you are hopefully gonna die. So let's use that here. You gotta resist, unfortunately. Just wear them down. This fight, I'm hoping, will be short enough that it won't matter that she's winded. Good. Alright. Because you're the only one left, what can I do to heal and buff my characters before we fight? You need crit. Can you gain? You can't gain block. So you're gonna go and then you're gonna go. Nobody is low enough in health, so let's just kill them.
Messy.
Because I don't want to take the next. I don't want to take another hit on these characters if I can avoid them. Okay, so you are target number 1, the bishop, especially because you get to start with powerful skills. So let's do that. Blighted, great. Blinding gas is great here because it's going to hit both of these enemies. Blinded and dazed, lovely. Iron Swan, love it.
A promising development.
Iron Swan is the best. Defend there. You are dazed, but now these enemies are going to go. That gives you riposte, but he can bellow to remove riposte. Let's get rid of that to heal and give her stealth. And then let's have ounce of prevention for status resist.
We can rely only upon each other.
I can yawp, but you resisted that, unfortunately. Bellow will get rid of your riposte. And it, I think it did something to them. Speed, right. So you are bled, but now you don't have riposte anymore. So let's give you some of that. You've got 4, 17, 36. All right, I think I want to get rid of this foot soldier first, actually, because they will reduce the number of attacks. I've had a pretty, or so far I have not had a lot of stress problems, and I am grateful for that. And I cannot gain blocks, so I'm going to go ahead and go on offense. Giving you bleed did not work, but it did a bunch of damage, and it looks like it made you get a blind that did not matter. Ow. Okay, hopefully you'll die from your blight. And I can gain block now, so let's do that. Alright. give you healing. Yep, excellent, because it just saved you from taking that bleed damage. You dying there is good for me. Alright, that gives you your riposte. Yes, I'm familiar with that. However, I'm not attacking you. That lets her stay healthy. And I can bellow to remove your riposte. And now I can heal him. Okay, so now start going after you. That's a big hit, and you get to bleed again, of course. So now some blight. And a big hack.
Empowered.
Okay, now hopefully this means I can use battlefield medicine here to heal her up, and then you die from your blight. Nope. Oof. I'm glad he had the block on, otherwise that would have been very rough. Okay. So, we're going to try the general, because we need to be able to beat these bosses to advance to the mountain. 74 74 light is pretty good. And remember, we need to attack the taproot to make this, to make the growth recede. So here's a poison dart, but it does give the taproot status. I can plague grenade here to hit this enemy and the taproot, which I think I want to go ahead and do. So now we have 2 taproots there. Alright, you have a high bleed resist, but I can stack this on you. Let's see. Actually, if I do this, does it give... It gives the combo to that you, not you. Okay. I am going to defend her, because I don't remember what the Soil Stir does. Oh, it's the target for the Walking Dead. Okay. The growth recedes from you, which is great. And then we're going to use this on you. Oh, that's fantastic. Because we're going to take 10 a turn for 3 turns. Now we're going to do Ounce of Prevention for status on everybody here.
We can rely only upon each other.
Let's do Laudanum here for you. So if I can hit you with bleed, that would be great, because then you'd be taking all 3 status effects every turn. Because you're about to... Your growth... You have growth 2 on you. There's 1 here, and then you're going to go... So actually I want to hit you. Because then the growth recedes. That's great. So you're going to get targeted. Some stress for you, but you do get that. Bolster is not... It's not quite time for bolster yet. So let's just hack you. It's not a lot of damage. Okay, so you're getting targeted there. I still have 2 taproot. So let's go ahead and take stress off of me. And I'm going to go ahead and do Absinthe to get a bunch of dodges. Battlefield Medicine on you, because you're taking a lot of bleed. And then... I can't quite use bolster because they're both at 4 stress. So, ooh, if I do this on you, it might protect. It might mean only one person is getting hit by the soil stir attack, which would be great. And target is comboed. It's not working. This doesn't give you combo. Plus 30%. Your bleed resist is very high. Your burn resist is low, of course, because you're a tree. So I do need to do damage. Like this enemy needs to die. The taproot thing is just kind of doesn't matter. All right, so you're strangled now, but you have all of this block on you, right? And that's good. Stack that poison or that blight damage on. Stack that blight. More taproot. Ooh, growth recedes is amazing. Love to see it. Oh, but it got rid of all of the taproot there. All of the, yeah. So, still okay on stress, or still too low for bolster. I can defend you. I'm already defending you. Now we're going to taproot. Growth recedes. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so people with 2. You've got dodge. Gonna add more taproot. Got to stay on top of that. Good, good, good. Soil stir, so you're gonna get a big attack coming your way. All this health, lots of damage. Minus speed is not doing me a whole lot of good. 4 to 7. All right, maybe I can protect you, and only one person is going to take this. Not sure. Okay, we're going to use this again, but you resisted both of them like a jerk. So your next thing is an attack. I only get 3 of these battlefield medicines total is the trick. So I think I want to save them for when they're going to reduce us. They're going to get rid of a status. But it did spawn a taproot and it gave you a blinded. Nope, that hit both of them. So yeah, the bleeding here. Do that. So the way I've been doing it, I'm just not putting a lot of damage on the general. So I need to keep that in mind. But I am staying out of that strangle is the thing. Plague grenade. Keep the taproot going. Yep. Gotta keep on receding that growth. Okay, you've got 3 here, which is max. So now it's time to go all in on you. Ooh, Death's Door. So that's the other thing I need to do heals on, is when somebody's at Death's Door. So we're gonna bolster here, because that heals stress for both of us. You're not quite done, so you can heal. Use that back here. Both recedes. Alright, I think I need to switch her to attacking in front because she does so much more damage. He can't hit the back, so what he has to do is protect people. He's got all the block in the world. So taking stress at this point is not as bad as status and damage. Alright. But now growth recedes. Growth recedes! I need you to recede. No, recede from him. Because when he's strangled, that's very bad for me. Alright. Who do I want to do this on? I think we gotta do this here. Because he's also taking 8 bleed. So, this is bad. It makes everybody else take stress. Now she's in death's door again, which is not great. So, gotta keep on putting damage on you. I don't know that we're gonna be able to win this damage race. Damage race, damage race. So when only one character is being strangled, it's still bad, but it's not as bad. Unfortunately, him being strangled, he's our stress management person. And now I only get to play with 2 characters. This does heal. So big self-heal and dodge is good. And hit that, because we need to recede on somebody. Growth recedes on you is very good. Alright, you're gonna hit a stress point here in a minute. Okay. Hit both of you, give you a combo. Combos on you is great. Growth recedes on you is brilliant. Alright, and now I need you to be able to go so that you can do some stress heal. How did... did you go from 1 to 3? I feel like maybe you went from 1 to 3. And I don't like that. That was a lot of things. Yep, so, come on, resolute. Nope. So, your relationships go down. You're very sad.
Collaboration
Bolster
advantage.
reduces stress on both of us. That's great. Love to dodge unsettling whispers. Plague grenade here. Add the taproot hit. You're at 48. Growth recedes on you is wonderful. Okay. Your blight resist is 30. Okay, that's... there's one down.
An uncertain absolution. Measure out your violence, then apply it judiciously.
Alright, protect her. Because you can't use bolster because it has a cooldown. Because you're debuffed, we want to hit the back.
Sweat-soaked brows, unsteady stances. Exhaustion takes hold.
There we go. Yeah, I love to give you blight.
In
Okay,
crisis,
bolster
we can rely
here.
only upon each other.
Love it. Alright. Got to kill him. Now we're on a death race. Because both of you are strangled. That's not great for me. Ah, but you are now on death's door.
The siren
Okay, we might be able to get out of this with 3 characters.
For now,
Can we do it? 22 damage and he doesn't die.
fight through the fatigue.
No, that's just step 2. More stress, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. Let me do the thing. There we go. So we only lost 1 character there.
The blood of the valorous and cowardly alike soaks this
We got
tainted
a bunch of
soil.
things, which is good. Are we overladen?
The loathing abates.
Okay. So what we need to do is make sure that everybody has combat items. Combat items. Combat item. Okay. So now let's look at our trinkets to see if there's anything we want to equip. We can't. I don't think we can do. We can't give people food, right? No, that's only discard. Okay. We'll give you this because you're not going to be first in turn order, probably. Attack. Yes. So gain when hit if speed is less than equal to or less than 2 extra action, because your speed is as low or lower than everybody else. You have lots of dodge, so you're going to gain that. We're going to move this all up here. And then we have a road fight, unfortunately. So we have to make it through both of these fights before we can get to the inn.
Parasite. Opportunists.
Okay, this is not the worst set of enemies we could have. So that's pretty okay. You resisted, which I'm not a fan of. So you can heal, but it won't give you that. So I'm going to have you do this, because it will give you a bunch of dodge. And it will let Barristan do a bolster. So we're going to bolster you, because you are going to get attacked, and people are going to try to give you stress when they do that. I don't know why they get to attack the people in the front when somebody has taunt. So these enemies must only have attacks that can attack the front 2 ranks. And I hate that, honestly.
Collaboration confers advantage.
So I'm just going to do stand fast, since they get to target him. That's not healing. Let's focus on the front ranks, because that's what everybody can attack. Yeah, I don't have anything to deal with status. They're just going to combo him forever. Alright, hopefully you will die. You still cannot do that. Give you blight. Yep. Her being back there and having taunt does me no good, so I probably need to have her move up. That's a good hit. So you're actually going to give her that.
Crisis.
That doesn't
We
make
can
any
rely
sense.
only
Move
upon
back
each other.
here. So now they can attack her. Let's do that to heal. That means that he gets to attack her. But she got a stress heal from that somehow. I'm cool with that. And then
At last,
that was 2.
the battlefield has claimed its due.
Fucking bleed, man. Just bleed all the time. And then the dodge doesn't work. That's that. Okay, so I'll have 2 people going into the cultist fight, which is not good.
In life or in death, we are all prisoners here.
Okay. So, let's give you that. This is a man-at-arms thing only. We'll give you this. And there'll be maybe 1 or 2 healing ticks. Okay. Maybe 1 more healing tick? No. So we have nothing that gets rid of bleed. We have nothing that heals other characters, only her, the bounty hunter, or the grave robber's ability to self-heal. And I don't have anything that does stress heal. So this will be tough. I appreciate them starting by missing me. This jerk is my number 1 target because he gets to go twice every turn. And that is frankly not fair. Let's yawp to make both of them weakened. Didn't even get to bleed you, unfortunately. So this is funny. You're the one who needs healing, and you are the one who has a self-heal, because you have already been self-healing. Okay. Get rid of those. So you only have 1 health debuff. I feel like I'm just going so slow. I'm getting so little done in this fight. That really helps. Yeah, this character has no like defense abilities yet, or at all. Actually, I don't want to get rid of that. I want to do this. So you can at least do this, which will heal, and it brings you closer, but then she dies. Can she survive? You can go ahead and attack that gravestone. I'm okay with that. All right, what even abilities can you use if you're in the front rank? There's nobody to melt down on. Like, so I guess that's not the worst. Like, heart attack was probably the worst. All right, you can still use. Okay, there is some hope because she can dodge a bunch. But if she just keeps dodging, the dodges will not always work, and she will just die. Especially when that happens, so... I guess I want to do this again. Whenever she gets to death's door, I probably want to do that. I don't know what's happening with this cherub, but I'm okay with it. Because it seems like they're losing turns. I wonder if that's like a balance element. When you're down to 1 character, they kind of lay off a bit. It'd be strange, but not unwelcome. Oh, okay, you're just going later. Okay. And bleed. Okay. So, we beat the boss, still had 3 people, and then did not make it. It is 3:17, so I think I will start another run after a short break.
Twin yardsticks of progress.
So I'm going to go to my break card and then come back and we'll start another run. Okay, I'm back, but I'm feeling pretty achy. And that last run ended with a bummer. So I think I'm just going to call the stream here and give myself a bit more time to chill out before I have things to do in the evening, because there is a book event I want to go to, and I would like to be able to muster the energy to make that be a thing that I will attend instead of a thing that I wanted to go to but then did not have the energy to go to and stayed home and felt bad about it. So I'm going to try to succeed at self-care. Not that this isn't fun, it just takes energy because it's being on for an audience. So thank you to Arudinel for hanging out and chatting. Thank you to anybody who is watching the VOD on Twitch or later on YouTube. I will do my best to stream again on Friday, and it might be a game design stream or something like that, or it could be more Darkest Dungeon, depending on how I'm feeling. So that is me. I'm just going to re-up the bio command real quick, and then the speculate one to see if it works the way that I want it to. Great. So both of those are right. And as a reminder, if you're seeing this before Thursday evening on the 25th, my friend Greg over at twitch.tv/ArvinEleron is doing a charity marathon for the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation, starting off with a live in-person event at the Klein, which is a event space up in Connecticut, I think. So that's going to be really cool. And lots of things happening this weekend at twitch.tv/ArvinEleron, including me GMing a game for some Damon Runyon scientists on Monday, which is also Memorial Day. So that's that. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Bye.